Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Avowed with me, BringItDon. It's Amarius. Let's head northwest. Or straight north for now.
Stinging wasps! Treacherous weed! We see you!
Another win, but who's counting?
That's one reason I don't really care for accumulation effects, because by the time you actually get it accumulated, they're dead.
Right behind you.
What the heck? Couldn't land my attacks.
On foot. Look left. Well done.
It's a shame companions aren't more effective.
I think I sprained my shoulder.
So I'm now going for this companion focused build, and I don't think I'm going to see much of a change. And really, I'm just handicapping myself. But it's fun and thematic, so I'm going to commit to it. How do I get up here to get to this plant? Yeah, fast travel point. It's someone on the road. Did I just see a red orb fly past me? Alright, I guess we have to get that plant later. Again, I wish I could put markers on the map, but... it's fine, I guess. I also never got that one plant on top of the pillar in Shatterscarp.
Who goes there?
Don't worry, it bothers me more than it bothers you guys. That's why I still remember.
Thanks the gods. You're just flesh and blood, the same as I.
Oh, come now. Are you really so unfamiliar with outsiders that you mistook us for monsters?
If you spent as much time in the ashes as I have, you'd fear any strange silhouette. They come at night, you see. The blights, the whispers in the dark, the undead there in the shadow of the mountain. It isn't natural, none of it. And yet I'm made to be out here alone, with each plea for a transfer, or at least some company, denied.
Who'd you make mad to get an assignment out here?
Everyone, I suppose. You publicly agree with Councilman Kostya one time, and suddenly, you're a pariah forced into the wilderness alone.
They were trying to be kind, I suspect.
You have an odd opinion of kindness, Outlander. I didn't deserve this. And you know what? Maybe Kostya was correct. Maybe our oath to Nandru will doom us. Maybe we're going to die because we care more about a dead symbol than real people. Anyway, I've been talking too much. I need to return to my duty. Forgive me for cutting our conversation short. Be watchful out there.
It's kind of a shame that all the dialogue options there kind of reprimanded her.
One for you!
Here we go.
Oh, missed. Yeah, try that again, buddy. I got your back.
Have the shot.
Don't mind if I do. I don't mind a little loot here and there. I will say this game does reward exploration very well. I mean, a lot of it is just like crafting materials and stuff, so not the most exciting loot.
Can anyone help? We desperately need aid.
But loot nonetheless. Yeah, let me go ahead and blow up your barrels real quick. Alright, here we go.
Don't know who you are, stranger, but we're lucky you came past. One of our cohorts is dangerously ill. We have no resources, but you look like you might. Please, will you examine our friend and see if there's something you can do?
What happened to your friend?
Zorips. They attacked us while we were out hunting. One got him pretty badly, and the wound was infected. Did what we could, but I don't think it was enough. Saka, we're wasting time talking, though. Will you help our friend? Our friend is in the tent over there. I'll join you shortly. There are arrangements to finish. Our friend is in the tent over there. I'll join you shortly. There are arrangements to finish.
Yeah, cannibals, it looks like. Oh, one less cannibal to worry about. I'm sure we get the polished key here shortly. Don't need to waste my resources. A letter home. Stellian. I don't know that you'll ever read this. I don't even know if my previous letters have been delivered, now that I've been outcast. But I've made a little home out here. It's cold and hot and dusty and terrible, but it's fine. Would be better with you and the others here. Aside from that, the worst part is the Zorps that seem to have taken an interest. Not that I blame them. Anything that protects you from the dust and ash storms are a luxury out here. I'm not too worried. Worst case scenario, they kill me. That just gets me to the wheel faster, and maybe, back inside the keep. It's the only way back for me now, either way. Spellblade's Gloves. Grants or item bonuses plus 10% parkour speed and Master of Poisons, plus 20% poison accumulation. These gloves are created by a Spellblade whose actual name is a mystery, was known simply as Quill. He considered himself a rival to Rust, the legendary assassin that once stalked the streets of Nekataka. Whereas Rust was purely a killer for hire, Quill would only accept jobs that fit within his loose but unshakable moral code. The target did not deserve death in his eyes, he simply would not take the job. His preferred method was to get up close and personal, using a conjured weapon through a spell of his own devising. Quill was no stranger to the clean efficiency of a poisoned bolt. Deathly Pale Dwarf. A strong stench of decay fills your nostrils. Upon examination, the dwarf is deathly pale and is not breathing. He has obviously not been alive for some time. There's no way the outcast would fail to notice.
You know what the irony is? You wouldn't be in this situation if you were a bastard. We need your supplies. Unfortunately, we also need you to die. Can't have Solus keep hearing about us robbing people.
Oh, just robbing. Okay. Not cannibals. Oh, you want to fight? I'll give you a fight.
It isn't personal. But you're going to have to die.
Alright.
Stop right there.
Oh, you see that?
Ah, my eyes are stinging something fierce.
Good fight.
A polished key. This key's been meticulously polished over many years. Despite the ashen terrain, it gleams with an impressive shine. Yeah, I guess just, you know, typical highway banditry is better than cannibalism.
Nice shot!
Alright, hold on just a second. Take care of this.
Nice.
More enemies.
Got them all.
Yes, we did. Surprised there's not more loot here, though. Also, where did that come from? I threw a rock. It's like a trebuchet impact, or maybe it fell from up there. Maybe that monastery we heard about is falling apart. Alright, good place for a chest.
We must leave.
We can't. You know we can't.
But Elder Grigor can't fight them. We must leave.
We
We must leave.
can't. You know we can't.
But Elder Grigor can't fight them.
They were sick. Just sick.
Outsider.
They were sick. Just sick. Their faces, their bodies changed. No! No, no! They're not killers!
Alright.
Ah, thank the gods. You're the first customer I've seen since this nasty business here started. Anyway, you looking to buy something?
Are you not bothered by what's going on here?
Bothered? Yes. Concerned? No. I am capable of handling myself. Don't you worry. The concern's appreciated, but I've got mouths to feed. Namely, my own. We all do what we have to do. Besides, better a death that people talk about for years to come than, starvation. So, care to take a look at my wares?
What do you have for sale? Oh, wow, I can't afford something. Threads of the Faithful. Grants Holy Radiance. You and your companions still regenerate up to 50% maximum health. So another companion item, but I already have one equipped, so. And then Litany for the Faithful. You and your companions deal plus 10% damage. So this one is a better... or provides more bonuses anyway. Maybe not better. These once fine robes are worn and tattered, but that is little to take away from their majesty. They were originally worn by devoted scholar priests of Mogren, who possess strange and unnatural abilities to read from and speak directly to the minds of other living beings. Though his name is lost to time, the name of his town of birth, Shianao, is not. This town was the epicenter for a strange, unexplainable event that ended with the disappearance of every living inhabitant, save for the scholar priest. Some believe that their souls lived on in him, making him a strange amalgamation of all that once inhabited Shianao. While this is almost certainly a tall tale, stranger things have been known to happen. Adraban. Let's go ahead and sell my stuff real quick. I think we start selling the superb stuff we found as well. Alright, Greaves of Exalted Stride. Item bonus, plus 10% resistance to poison and bleed accumulation. And Exalted Stride, you and your companions receive plus 20% move speed. I feel like my companions don't really need the move speed, though. That's kind of an odd bonus. A common problem for heavily armored warriors is that foes in lighter armor can easily outrun or outmaneuver them. To counter this problem, the Arcane Knight Phaesa Adaris etched and enchanted these greaves personally. Being able to keep up with the enemies alone was not enough. She wanted to ensure that her entire squad could do the same. These are the end result, much of the shock and dismay of lightly armored warriors relying on their superior agility to keep them safe.
Goods worthy of a godlike scout's honor. We'll come back.
You outlanders, help! You, by the gods, deliver us! They've gone mad. They're destroying everything.
Well, slow down. Who has gone mad?
My monks. If they are my monks anymore, I fear they've lost themselves totally. They've changed. Their faces and hands, their screams. They're ripping our books apart.
Yeah, sounds like dream thralls. But why do they hate history? I mean, besides the obvious.
I've lost my monks and most of our books. Over the last several months, books about the garden were already going missing. But the Book of Oaths and the Book of the Before, we must hold on to those.
Say no more. I have literature to say. I have literature to save.
Gods bless you. We recently brought the Book of Oaths to the parapet. It should still be there. And the Book of the Before should be in the main library. Now go, please. We've already lost so many precious texts.
Could hop up top immediately. This is a cozy little area considering the state of Solace Keep.
The books, for Nandru's sake, do you have them?
No. Where is the Book of the Before again?
Down in the library. That's where it should be anyway.
Where did you leave the Book of Oaths?
We had it up on the parapet. I pray it's still there.
Alright. Go this way first. Start at the top and work our way down. Sounds like good a plan as any. Hey. Don't spit at me when I walk in.
Beat that, Marius!
Alright, now things are quieting down a bit. There's so much chiming going on in here. From all the loot.
Let's go! Next one's mine!
Yeah, it seems like these monks are hurting at all. Living Archives Courtyard Key. A gnarled iron key, old and weathered.
Hurry in the brush! Swarm! Invaders in the garden!
He's a dream thrower wizard. He can play that silver ball. Ah, the Book of Oaths.
We make a good squad.
From Solace Keep, we watch the Garden. From Gallowayne's tusks, we watch the Solace Keep. From our birth until our death, we uphold our duty. We honor those who uphold our mission, and reject those who do not. For now and forevermore, we are wardens of Solace Keep. The next several pages have been torn out, leaving only line after line, page after page of signatures. These are the names of the Pargrunen in Solace Keep, who pledged themselves to Nandru's word. Alara's Grimoire. Spirit Lance, Pull of Eora, Freezing Pillar, and Meteor Shower. Elara was a wizard of some renown that made a name for herself during the War of Defiance. She graduated from the Bragan Hill Academy with distinction, and with barely a moment to rest, boarded a ship for the Eastern Reach. Tensions were already high when Elara arrived, and it was only a few months until war broke out. Still loyal to her empire, Elara fought on the side of the Adherents to great effect. Entire squads of enemy soldiers fell to her powerful evocations, but eventually her life was claimed by the war, as so many others had been. Ooh, we got a ramp. Well, that is a way we could go. Let's hold off on that for now. We can keep going up. Alright, Elder Gregor's notes. A number of notes here detail the thoughts of the monastery elder in recent days. Mostly musings about the state of things at the monastery. A few things stand out. The telescope has been broken for weeks now. At some point, a new initiate from Solace dropped the main viewing lens and shattered it. The glasswork is very precise, the eyepiece itself enchanted. Replacing it will be a nightmare. Supplies are currently in a state of excess. A merchant has taken up residence here in the monastery, and has been facilitating the trade of old relics retrieved from a sealed-off chamber in the bastion, which had recently been unsealed, revealing many weapons of war that were of no use to the monks. The volcano has been more active recently. It hasn't stirred like this in many years. Feels like a bad omen.
I'll be damned. You could see a ship from miles away with that.
Now we could find that key, or I could just do this. Then, once I get the key, I have to come all the way back up here. Also, if it weren't for the chiming, I don't think I'd ever found that key, chest. And then finding the key on top of it, that's a pretty tall order. Monk's Journal. This seems to be the journal for a monk named Vadim. The entries mostly detail a mundane life in the monastery, but the final entry catches your eye. I don't understand what's happening here. Last week, one of the initiates threw a book in a fit of rage, but I was in the room with him, and we'd been working in silence until then. Elder Grigor swooped in to give him an earful, but then it was over, and I didn't think I could ask more. And I don't know this initiate. Maybe they're prone to anger, I thought. Then Soren started picking fights, talking about trees and how the gardener is angry. I don't know who he means. We all take turns in the garden. Feels like we're all walking on eggshells now. Even Elder Grigor seems off, distracted. He said all is well, but I saw some of the guards and other monks carrying weapons. I stole a knife from the kitchen too, just in case. It just feels like we're sitting on a powder keg. The monastery has always been so peaceful and welcoming. Now I can't even sleep at night for fear of something. Writings of Serena 5. In hope for the renewal of solace, the scholar Serena, who is called the Strict, presents these flakes to the families of the keep, so they might, by debate and dissemination, be napped into sharp points. 1. When our founder Nandru said, "Do not alter what I have taught you," he intended that we live our entire lives in accordance with his teachings. 2. The people of Solace have turned away from Nandru's word, because the stone where that word was carved has been lost. 3. But the word was never in the stone. The word was in the people. It is a responsibility of the people to rebuild the broken word. 4. The word of Nandru instructs us to build a mighty fortress, and to marshal our power within it, so that it should stand even when the world's foundations quiver. 5. Therefore, it is a responsibility of the people to rebuild the might of this fortress, even as we rebuild the word. 6. Obedience to the word of Nandru is false unless it is accompanied by investment in the world of Nandru, that is, labor in the service of Solace. To divest from Solace is to disobey Nandru. 7. There should be no wealthy in Solace until Solace is wealthy again. The paid exemption to corvée should end unless the payment goes to fund the corvée. 8. There should be no safe in Solace until Solace is safe again. The paid exemption from service in the Wardens should end unless the payment goes to fund the Wardens. 9. Neither station of birth nor status of the quarter should accept anyone from labor in service of Solace. 10. There should be no word of Nandru except the word that is practiced. There should be no written word that overrules the word that is spoken. 11. The body of law that has been recorded since the day of Nandru, and the interpretation of Nandru's life and teachings, which is to say the lessons of Nandru, has no legitimacy and should be closed unread. 12. The strength of Solace is in Solace. Citizenship cannot be purchased, but only earned through works. 13. It is said among some kith that tradition for tradition's sake stifles change. Indeed, steel must bend lest it shatter. But does the ship keep its keel only for keel's sake? Yeah, the keel stifles change, so that the ship will not overturn. Does the foundation keep its cornerstones only for corner's sake? Yeah, the cornerstone stifles change, so that the wall will not topple. 14. In all things, Nandru's word prefers a tested way to the untested. We are all sorely tested, but must return to the tested way. 15. The word of Nandru should not be reserved for the illiterate. All should have equal access to the word. 16. The right to serve upon the council should not be conditioned upon knowledge of the written lessons, but only upon knowledge of Nandru's word as it was spoken. 17. The first use of the smithy should be to arm and armor Solace. The last use should be ingots for trade. 18. Any smith who's held in debt bondage to a trading family and who practiced Abaddon's craft to pay down that debt should be released. That debt should be annulled. 19. The penalty for placing oneself before Solace should be service. Those who believe they can be exempted from the work of defending and building Solace because of their wealth or heritage should be the first slain in battle as at the deepest in the mines. 20. But for those of wealth and heritage who place Solace before themselves, there should be recognition and reward, as there is recognition for the keystone and the lintel and the column. They are the columns of Solace. They are the keystones and the lintels. 21. Those who interpret the word of Nandru from the lessons of Nandru and the custom of the law are the enemies of Solace. Those who seek the word of Nandru and the spoken teachings of Nandru are the heart and the hand of solace. Alright, a diary of a merchant. The two most recent entries in the merchant's diary paints a disturbing picture of the living archives, the monastery within Galloway's tusks. The strange lethargy has lingered over the brothers for some weeks, the elder tells me. They seem to fall at random to this malady. Gods know I wish I could have the chance to sleep as much as the sleepers do. At least I'll have a good beer brewed by the brothers before bed. The brothers barred the door to our room. The sleepers aren't sleeping now. Something happened to them. They're trying to break the door down. We're gonna have to make a run for it. Nandra, get me back to Solace Keep.
Quiet as the depths.
Trespassers! Who got knives in shadow?
Yeah, I'm a trespasser. Good job, team.
Nice work.
Including my bear buddy. Alright. Try to listen for chiming up on those scaffolding. We can drop down there. Make sure there are no chests up there.
You. Oh gods, thank you. You're a blessing, envoy. Thank the gods.
You shouldn't be here. Try to run through to the others outside.
No, I can't. Not yet. I need a book. Once I have it, I can get out of here and start my life again in Solace. It's called The Book of the Before. Have you seen it?
The Book of the Before. That's the one Elder Grigor requested.
He what? Oh, no. Please, no. You've got to give me the book instead.
Why shouldn't I give it to Elder Grigor?
Because he doesn't need it. Oh, I read it often when I first became a monk. It inspired me. I want it as a keepsake. Besides, no one else read it. No one would notice it missing. Please, just find it and bring it back. It should be somewhere in the archives proper. I'll make it worth your while. I'll be here when you've got it.
For starters...
Sounds desperate. No way she's not up to something.
Oh, she absolutely is. Why would we give her the book? Then, yeah, other people may not read it now. But if she takes it and runs off with it, access to that knowledge will be lost to everybody.
Have you got the Book of the Before?
Where is it again?
Down in the archives themselves, through the door behind me. Supposing the Dream Thralls didn't get it already? Have you...
What's in it for me?
A lot. If I can make it out of here with that book. Come on, do you have it or not?
I already lockpicked your chest. And what else are you going to give me?
Come and get me.
Devour!
Oh, no, you don't. Oh, left leg. Nice shot. Hurry in the brush.
What you got, buddy? I'll let you take a shot. How about that? Or not. Aim shoot at me.
Nice job.
Alright, the Book of the Before. A well-loved tome, pages rendered brittle by age. It was written by Nandru, founder of Solace Keep. The ruins of those who came before are to be found all throughout the living lands. Those who came before must have had the entire isle under their control. Building such wonders must have taken centuries of work. They are found beneath even Solace itself. These were a people who thrived, until they did not. Yes, these lands are beset with evils, and yes, the beasts that roam and the plants that grow are cruel. But such a people as those who came before could not have been brought low by mere bears or a putrid fungus. Only a spiritual rot could destroy a people. So I pray to Wodoka for guidance. So I pray to preserve my soul from the true evil of these lands. Ah, yeah, so he was against... It's interesting. So Wodoka corrupted a godlike of Sapadal. Excerpts from the Sermon of Struggle. Choice is a luxury we earn through peace. Struggle is our fundamental nature. Even when our war banners sit idle, mankind foments strife. Friends argue with fists, lovers kindle jealousies, merchants compete with lies. Wherever mankind goes, struggle follows. I feel like I should say kithkind, but whatever. Migrant is a goddess of fire and war, not bloodshed and conquest. The many in Raid Sirius would tell it differently. How bitter they must be that Migrant's priests are able to destroy God made manifest. How bitter indeed. We who worship Migrant are not addled barbarians or cloistered mystics. We're soldiers, armorers, watchmen, and bodyguards. Artisans of conflict and protectors of our families and flags. We do not salivate for battle. We view war as unwelcome. But struggle is our fundamental nature. We do not pray for strife, we pray for the wisdom to resolve it quickly. We do not wish for war, but when inevitably must be fought, we find divine ecstasy in discipline, efficiency, and excellence. Magrin, guide us to the battle that is just and fair. Let us be your fire that burns away the profane, leaving only the righteous. If struggle is our fundamental nature, let victory be our inevitable state of grace. Meditations on the Garden. A thick text written in Pargrunan runes. Copied across its manifold pages are poems, tracts, and stories that have been collected from across generations. The garden is something different for each of us. A sacred duty handed down by our forebears. A responsibility without hope for reward. A glorious glimpse at something beyond our imagining. A place where our most intimate dreams can come true. A paradise where fresh water flows like lava, or where crops grow unburdened by sulfur and ash. A playground where laughter blows like wind, or a silent sanctuary to soothe the faithful soul. Some say a god lies there, while others believe it is a trick, played by our ancients, to give us a reason to live in this furnace. There isn't just one garden, but many. One for every soul that has ever served it, defined by our hopes and dreams, and darkened by our regrets. I'd say no regrets. Not even a single letter. A grenade. It's an odd thing to find in a library. Already read that. The Blacksmith Knights, a short history of the Knights of the Crucible. They short. If the blacksmith fails, the armor fails. If the armor fails, the soldier falls. Arun Siniad, first guild master of the Knights of the Crucible. The Knights of the Crucible have one of the most fascinating and rich histories in all of Eora. Currently holding a position as an incredibly influential group in the Deerwood, they come from humble beginnings. There may not be a single person in all the Deerwood who knows exactly how much they owe to the Knights. Though they have become corrupt over time. You can kind of help guide them in the first Pillars of Eternity game, but they're not so noble. The group has existed for years, long before they even came to be known as Knights. They started as a group of blacksmiths led by Ulrun Siniad, who came together to form a guild. Ulrun felt it imperative for the members to unify, sharing their knowledge through the guild in order to keep the skills and techniques they had spent their lives perfecting. He called the guild the Crucible, insisting that, though their work was used for destruction, they should always be remembered as creators. They'd be known as the vessel that withstands the fire to deliver a new form into the world, forged in the fire and all the stronger for the tribulation. Ulrun, being a veteran of many battles, knew the importance of impeccably made armor and weaponry. He also espoused the necessity for members of the guild to be trained in martial combat. The only true way to make a proper suit of armor is to be the one who must wear it. Ulrun led the guild for years, instituting a policy that any man who wanted to join must not only be a skilled blacksmith, but also take the time to learn how to hold himself in battle. He added a training ground to their guild hall, and there was scarcely a minute of daylight that didn't see members out in the field, honing their fighting technique. Because of this, the guild earned the nickname Knights of the Crucible. They became a de facto militia for the Deerwood, an honorable group that many turned to for help. They're known to be fair, ethical, and quick to respond. The Knights chose Abaddon as their patron, dedicating their works to his name. To honor them, they incorporated his symbol into their own and wore it on their arms. Many of the Knights took this honor further, regardless of what material a suit of armor was made from. Something on the right arm was made with iron, celebrating Abaddon's moniker, the Iron Arm. Both of these traditions are followed by some of the Knights to this day. The knightsmithing skill led them to be known throughout the land as the premier artisans of their craft, leading people to call any item of exquisite quality of the Crucible. Their training and dedication truly came into play during the War of Defiance, locally known as Hadrit's Rebellion. Ulrun, knowing the importance of winning this war, sent out a call. All able-bodied knights were to join the militia. They quickly proved invaluable to the cause, and helped turn the tide of the rebellion. This was particularly true in the Battle of Defiance Bay. Adamith had already been lost in a previous battle, and morale for the Deerwooded militia was failing. With the help of Glenfathan astrologers, the knights were able to rout the Imperial forces and secure victory for Deerwood. The new Duke, grateful for the help, and knowing that without the knights, the Deerwood never would have survived, made a decree. The knights would thenceforth be welcomed into the Duke's castle and become his official royal guard. In recent years, the Crucible aspect has fallen by the wayside in favor of Knight. The requirement that the members be proficient in both smithing and martial combat has loosened to the point that anyone who applies is guaranteed entrance, even if they possess little or no smithing experience. This is an allegation that is vehemently denied by the Knights. You actually see that in play again in the first Pillars of Eternity game. And I think you can reinforce their traditions as well and have them go back to their blacksmithing roots. Oh, a burned bounty list. A parchment found by a fireplace in the living archives. It is mostly, but not completely burned. Dona, in exchange for the following texts, supreme rewards you shall, and a return to the keep. Bounties. Much of the list is burned, but the following is legible. Memories from the garden, acquired. Records of the construction of the bridge to the garden, acquired. The Book of the Before. Forja, or the world beneath the keep, acquired. Blueprints of the sluice, acquired. Original surveys of the mines of Mount Forja, acquired. Nandra in the garden, acquired. So, Ludwig is probably having her collect those, if I had to guess. Psalm to Woduka. Ye exiles, ye broken, fear not the vengeance of the burned queen. She watches from her throne, ever vigilant. She hears the oath thou doth speak at her altar. She hears the oath thou doth speak in thine home. She hears the oath thou doth speak in the dark. For ye who would keep thy word, thou shalt escape the justice of her gaze. Beware, ye liars, ye unfaithful. Beware, ye with a hardened heart. Beware, for the eye of Woduka will not be blinded. She hears the sundered oath. She is not fooled by the winding path. She attends the broken promise. She sees the deceiver. There is no shadow too dark. Her gaze will find thee. Her justice will not be restrained. The fires of justice will never be quenched. The throne will crack. The law will burn. But the queen that was always will be. Speak not an untruth, or thy tongue will be bound. Remember thy place. Remember thine oath. Remember thy queen. No, thank you.
Envoy, the book! I need the book!
You will not get it.
Have you got the Book of the Before?
I found a list of stolen books with your name on it. Can you explain?
Fuitu. I don't know anything about it.
Think hard before you get yourself exiled. That attitude won't go far in Paradise.
Please, just give me the list.
Who's the buyer? Tell me what you know.
No, I can't do that. Just give me the damn list.
You're the thief. One who's been stealing all the books, aren't you?
Me? That's an insane accusation.
I think Elder Grigor needs this more than you.
No. Please don't.
I'll think about it. I'm not going to think about it.
The books, for Nandru's sake, do you have them?
I give him the burned list. I found this in the library. Dona's been stealing your books.
What is that? Let me see. This is every book that's gone missing. Dolna, were you so unhappy here that you had to do this?
The damage is probably done, but at least you can deal with the ones responsible.
I'll take care of this. I will inform the guards. They will imprison her and... Oh, it did not have to be this way.
Did you know anything about this?
No. It's a shock to me. I still can't believe it. But, well, there you are.
I have the books right here. Take them.
Thank the gods. Let me see them. Mostly intact. Yes, the Book of Oaths is mainly intact, and the Book of the Before. Our work of rebuilding begins now. I hate to be curt, but I must ask you to leave us now. May this token show our thanks, and may Nandru's blessing find its way even to you. A shame. It's all a great shame.
Yes, it is. Alright, back down here. Alright, well, I'm going to call it here, and next time we'll continue exploring the Ash Forest. We'll probably make it all the way over here. Ideally. But for now, thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one.